Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Addie Peace Real Estate Tea, where today I want to delve into the October 2020 market report. Now, before I get started, I always ask and use always so happily oblige. If you like what you hear in this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Also, share the content that you hear in this video. Share the video. Sharing is caring, right? Also, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And also hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on the channel. And you already know, if you're watching me from Instagram, drop your girl a heart, show her some love. All right. Now, this market is phenomenal. On both ends. It has been phenomenal for sellers in regard to that. Sellers are living their best life, okay? 2020 has been great for a seller's market. In fact, the new numbers that came out, the sellers are up, people who are selling their homes are up 13.7% in regard to what the median sales price is in comparison to 2019. That median sales price is now 240,000. So that is a great increase. Now, sellers also are getting 100.2% of their asking price. So that's over 100% of what they're asking for. I mean, who could go wrong with that, right? Right, exactly. So when we say that selling your home, now is the time to sell, it is definitely not just real estate jargon, rhetoric just being spewed out. It is for real that now is definitely the time to get serious and list your home. I mean, 100.2%, and that number is probably going to go up even more, especially since the demand is so high. On the buying end of things, again, living your best life. If you're a buyer, you find a place and you are able to successfully secure your offer, and you're not going through all kinds of craziness with bidding wars. Although most places, for most buyers, if you are putting in an offer, you are going to be met with a multiple offer situation. That's just the way it is. I did a video the other week on some things that you can do to help successfully get your offer pushed through. And one of those things is not waiving inspections, by the way. I mean, I know that some people do, but me personally, I don't recommend it. I think that somewhere in there, even if you say, hey, look, this offer is contingent upon, the home inspection, but it's just, for my purposes only, whatever the case may be, but we won't get into that. I tend to veer off and start, because real estate is just that exciting to me. But anyway, back to the market. So in regard to buyers, I mean, it has never been this cheap to borrow money. Interest rates went down yet again. So that is actually putting buyers in a position where they can afford more house. So that is phenomenal. So definitely everybody is living their best life in real estate right now in that regard to buying and selling. Now, I mentioned that, we had the increase in the median sales price. Again, phenomenal. We are looking at pending sales. They were up by 36.4% in comparison to October of 2019. We are also looking at a slight increase in listings, in new listings on the market. I again attribute some of that slight uptick to newer listings on the market to some people that were, a little bit more relaxed, that, seemed as if we were kind of moving away from this whole pandemic thing. Now, it's interesting to see how things are going to play out now that we're in November, how November and December numbers look, because of the increased cases, unfortunately, that we are experiencing. And, sellers may be getting a little reluctant. So hopefully not. I hope that, all of us as agents, buyers, sellers, were practicing safe, and taking precautions as far as wearing masks, as far as, wiping things down when we're showing, and we're being considerate of everyone that we have to work with in that regard. I know that the open houses and showings and things that I've been to in recent, agents are definitely doing their jobs in regard to wiping down surfaces, wearing masks, keeping traffic flow light in the house as far as only allowing a certain amount of people in at a time. So that I have been seeing, which thank goodness, agents are on their job. So kudos to us. All right. Now, again, back to our same old. In regard to the low inventory, we are down by 51.9% in comparison to this time in October, last year with inventory. And the month supply is down to 1.3%, or 1.3, months of inventory that we have. And again, lower than what we experienced in October of 2019. So although we saw a little glimmer of hope in regard to a couple new listings, overall we are still way down, and that demand is still very high. So as long as we continue to see that, we are definitely going to continue to experience a seller type market. Now, days on the market great has gone down considerably. That was down by 41.2% in comparison to October of 2019. So days on the market is only 20 days. That's fast. That is phenomenal. All right. So if there's any other encouraging news as a seller that you need to hear, this is definitely it. Okay. Now, please keep in mind, real estate is local. So any numbers here that you're hearing today, this is pertaining to the Lehigh Valley. Nationally, we are still experiencing this as a whole, this type of market where it is more seller driven. There are some pockets, though, that are in the US that are not experiencing sellers markets. And also, the commercial sector is also struggling a bit as well, because of folks working more from home and so forth. That definitely has shifted some of the tide of how commercial real estate works. So, needless to say, a couple of other things coming up in regard to housing, and that is the CDC Rent Moratorium that is ending the end of December 31st, which I'm going to be doing a video on that as well. But, basically, if you are a renter and you're finding yourself that you were unfortunately caught up in this pandemic, and you weren't able to afford your rent and so forth, the CDC in September put in place a moratorium that you cannot be evicted due to non-payment because of the pandemic. And unless some kind of stimulus bill is passed and quickly, that moratorium is going to end. And I don't know at a state level what they're going to do to try and stave off evictions. Now, here in Pennsylvania in particular, I had did a video a while ago on a program through phfa.org, and PHFA basically had been allocated some CARES Act funding to fund to sellers and to, or not sellers, home borrowers, people that already own their homes and have mortgages, and renters for rental assistance. Well, that program has since ended. That program is no longer accepting any applications. The funding I'm going to take it is probably tapped out. So when I bring these things to your attention, or you hear about them on your own, and if it pertains to you, please take advantage of it. It is worth the, sitting, filling out paperwork, making the phone call, whatever it may be. It could be the matter of you remaining in your residence for another year, another 6 months at least, until you get some kind of handling on, potential job loss situation that you may be experiencing. But you can't be lazy about these things. You definitely have to take them seriously. And when you have millions of people out of work and potentially more people coming out of work because this thing has surged again and seems to be getting out of control, then you really have to take this seriously in the sense of securing some kind of financial assistance for your place. I mean, it's just common sense. And unfortunately, the programs usually operate on, hey, first come, first serve, or we'll continue to serve until we run out of funds. So, you definitely want to, again, like I said, take this seriously and do your due diligence. It's easy. A lot of these things, are done online now, especially because of the pandemic. They don't have offices open necessarily for you to maybe go into, to sit down and, speak with someone or fill paperwork out. But you have to take the initiative. So basically, that's all. I have to say my 2 cents on it. I know me personally, I will not jeopardize my family. And, if I had to get help, I'd get the help. So, needless to say, that's it. Enough of my rant. But again, market is still strong. We are still going strong. Sellers, it's your time, it's your party. All right. Buyers, again, your time, your party as well too, with those awesome interest rates. And there's even talk industry wide of them going down even lower. So we'll continue to report on that and look into that. Until then, you all have a blessed day. Take care.